For those of you who only watch my film reviews in the hope that I'll kick the shit out of it, I'm sorry to say you're going to be very disappointed because I'd rather murder my immediate family than insult anything that's even slightly connected to Tolkien's work. The Lord of the Rings trilogy is the reason why my house is covered in Middle-earth stuff, why I have a level 47 Lotro character, and why I think of Cate Blanchett when I'm disappointing a sex doll that I don't even have. Basically what I'm saying is that An Unexpected Journey could have been a 169-minute slideshow of Peter Jackson's wank bank and I would have still given it a positive review. This film takes place 60 years before the Fellowship of the Ring, and much like many of Middle-earth's protagonists, Bilbo, Gandalf and 13 dwarfs must get from point A to point B whilst hoping to Christ that shit doesn't get fucked in between. At point B is the Lonely Mountain, which contains Dwarf Company leader Thorin Oakenshield's aired treasure, now guarded by huge fuck-off dragon Smaug. The dwarfs and Gandalf know that the treasure can't be taken by force, so they hire Bilbo, played ridiculously well by Tim from The Office, as their burglar. Okay, let's cut to the chase. Is it better than any of the Lord of the Rings films? Obviously, the answer is no. This is simply because the source material, i.e. the book, is inferior to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Don't get me wrong, the Hobbit book is brilliant, but the Lord of the Rings books are brilliance mixed with a bit of fuck yeah, and it's the same with the movies. An Unexpected Journey is the best movie I've seen in a very long time. It's brilliantly acted, it's very well paced and balanced, it's funny, the fight scenes are amazing, the visuals are breathtaking, and even the motherfucking soundtrack made my skin contain more goosebumps than a poultry rang game of dodgems. In its near 3-hour duration, I managed to find two problems. The first one occurred during wait hang on, I need to find my chainsaw, my parents, as well as an alibi and a couple of forged suicide notes. During the beginning, and this of course is to do with the 48 frames per second, aka double the usual speed that movies are normally shot in. And if I didn't know about this beforehand, I would have gored the projector guy for leaning on the fucking fast forward button because it gives you that impression, but you do get used to it, and the second time I didn't even notice it at all. The second problem is the side story, which is building up to the Lord of the Rings trilogy. Don't be mistaken, awesome idea. It involves some of the old characters, all of which do a great job, as well as the introduction of Radagast the Brown. Again, awesome idea, but I found myself occasionally being more interested in the side story as opposed to the main plot, and that I'm certain wasn't the film's intention. However, I'll be damned if I'm going to say that anything involving Christopher Lee hinders the quality of anything, let alone a fucking movie, so I take it back. These issues are simply two very small flies in what's generally a kick-ass jar of ointment, so please, I insist you watch The Hobbit. It's a very good film. Okay, so how does the film compare to the book? Well, it stays very close to the written version, but it certainly doesn't handcuff itself to it. There were some tweaks here and there in terms of dialogue and general goings-on, but by no means does it alter it enough to piss anyone off. The opening speech by Bilbo is the opening paragraph of chapter 1. The songs are word for word, and the riddles are identical, which I think is Jackson's way of tipping his hat towards the hardcore fanbase. The movie itself ends a third of the way through the book, which, considering there is going to be a trilogy of these films, isn't that fucking surprising. To conclude, watch this film. The only thing I could possibly recommend more is punching a dead orphan.